So you think you know San Diego music, right? Well, chances are you don't know Daygo. And you probably don't know the artist who's basically rewriting the city's entire sound. We're talking about SieteGang Yabbie. Let's dive in.
Look, to really get SieteGang Yabbie, you have to understand his city first. And let me tell you, there are two totally different versions of it. You've got the San Diego that everyone sees on postcards, sun, beaches, tourists. And then there's the one the locals know, Daygo. This is the version most of us picture, right? The sunny coastline, the fancy condos. As one local rapper put it so bluntly, it's the area of beaches and white people. But that's only one slice of the pie.
Okay, so if you just move a few miles inland away from all that, you'll find Daygo. And this is a side of the city that you're just not going to see in any travel brochure. And honestly, until pretty recently, it was a voice you almost never heard in mainstream rap.
See, Daygo has its own unique culture, its own real-life struggles, and yeah, its own sound. It's this incredible, dynamic mix of communities that's created this small but super fierce, independent music scene. And right at the center of it all, that's where you'll find SieteGang Yabbie.
All right, let's meet the man himself. This is Yabbie Hawkins, but you probably know him as SieteGang Yabbie, or just SGY for short. He's a Pisces from Daygo, and he has absolutely become the face of this whole new musical wave coming out of the city. And that name, Yabbie, it's not just some random stage name he cooked up. No way. It was actually a nickname his mom gave him as a kid. So it's this direct link back to his family, which is still super fundamental to who he is as an artist. Now, no artist just pops up out of nowhere, right? His sound didn't come from a vacuum. It's really built on this foundation of West Coast legends like Mac Dre and Mitchie Slick. But then it's mixed with this smooth, melodic vibe from R&B icons like Aaliyah. He kind of absorbed all these classic sounds and mashed them up into something totally new, something that's all his own. So what is it? What exactly makes his sound so unique? It's a question that has seriously left critics and fans kind of scratching their heads, searching for the right words. Because his music, it just feels different. I mean, listen to this. Passion of the Whites called him a rap unicorn. That's such a bold claim, but it perfectly captures this otherworldly quality of his music. It's like pimp rap being beamed down directly from, as they put it, Planet P. Okay, to really get into his world, you kind of have to learn the language. He's literally created his own. So if you hear him rap about a ping bing, that's the sound of his phone going off with a chance to make some money. And the word seats? Yeah, in Yabbie's universe, that's what he calls his girlfriends. He'll rap about putting feets on the streets. It's a slang that, honestly, might sound a little weird at first, but he delivers it with this charisma that just makes it sound completely natural. He just pulls it off. So this totally unique style, yeah, it didn't just stay in the studio. Oh no, it spilled out onto the streets of San Diego, and it started influencing a whole new generation of artists and fans. It's why they call him the humble stomper. That is a massive statement, and it's coming from someone who is deep in the city's scene. It kind of suggests he's way more than just a popular rapper. He's become like a cultural architect for Daygo. It's one thing to say someone's influential, but what does that really mean? On a ground level, how do you actually see it and hear it and feel it in the city? Well, it's in the way people talk now, using his slang. It's in the way they dress. And man, it's definitely in the fact that an artist from Daygo is now selling out the city's biggest venues, like the House of Blues. That was pretty much unheard of just a few years back. He basically created a new blueprint. He's actually pretty open about it. He admits that when other people first started copying his unique flows and his slang, his first reaction was to confront them. He was super protective of this style he had built completely from scratch. But then, his whole perspective shifted. He realized, wait a minute, being copied is actually a sign of greatness. Every truly influential artist gets to that point. So instead of fighting it, he just decided to embrace it and keep focused on his own grind. And this newfound maturity, it isn't just about his cultural influence. It also triggered this major shift in his work ethic and his whole approach to the music business itself. And when I say his work ethic changed, I am not kidding. Look at this. More than 5 EPs and albums dropped in just the first 2 months of 2026 alone. That's insane. And the reason for this sudden, intense focus? Well, it's actually surprisingly simple. And he's not shy about it at all. In his own words, he's super candid that he was half-assing it for years. So what changed? He said, shit, the money.
He saw the actual money and the huge opportunity he was missing out on, and that's what made him finally lock in and start treating his art like a real business.
And all of this leaves us with one last big thought. In an industry that is obsessed with global streaming numbers and viral TikTok sounds, the story of SieteGang Yabbie is this powerful reminder of the regional icon. An artist who builds a world so distinct, so creative, and so true to his home that the rest of us just can't help but want to listen in.